Hello and welcome back to the Dead Red Herring.
Da, comrades. We are today imitating Russian bots, I think.
Sort of. Because that's what we've been told we are.
That's what we are.
Yes, Russian bots. Just listen to, what is it? First or second episode? We were talking about that.
I think it's about, yeah.
Good. It's an earlier episode.
It is the minor.
Yes. Minor?
Yes, the minor episodes.
Oh, God. That's nasty.
I mean, when you go from like over 12, like 13, 15, 14, all that.
So you mean that after 18 it's okay?
No, those are the teens. You call them the teens.
The teens are actually from 10 to 20.
Yeah. But the teens there. Then I would suppose...
Then it's the tweens.
Yes, the tweens or minors.
No. Tweens in 20.
Okay. Oh, not the tweens in the... Anyways, I think...
Oh my god, we're already sidetracked.
Oh dear. To minors, nonetheless.
Yeah, step away from the minors.
No.
Leave them in the mines.
Mine for me, miners.
Miners, mine for me. Give me coal. And iron. And copper.
Want to hear a new piece of music I wrote?
What?
My Raging Boner in A minor.
God.
Get the pedophile jokes out of the way first, so...
I thought it was a Welsh, but okay.
Oh, whatever floats your goat. Or sheep.
Oh, God. We haven't even introduced ourselves, and we're still already in the deep end of this.
The deep web of this. End of this.
Yes. Anyways, my name is Roland.
And my name is Magnus.
And as I already said, this is the Dead Red Herring podcast. Your home for weird segues and insane ramblings.
Yes.
As already noted.
And minor jokes and Russian imitations.
Actually, I was thinking about something along the lines of, accordions and bad synth music, somewhere 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Removing a certain type of meat.
Removing a certain type of Southeastern European or Southwestern.
North African, actually.
North African kind of meat.
Yep.
Successfully removed.
Yes. I just fucking loved that clip, though. That music, that snippet, and the guys playing it. I mean, the one with the accordion, he's seen some shit.
He's done some shit.
Yeah, probably. It's actually the Balkan conflicts. Holy shit, those are some of the most savage that's been in modern times. So,
yeah. A lot of grudge held.
Yep. Got that Balkans.
Fun stuff.
But enough about Eastern Europe.
Speaking of accordions, dicks and minors, let's not talk about Eastern Europe anymore.
It's a dirtful place.
Quite.
But I do have fond memories. Bulgaria is kind of awesome.
Oh, okay.
At least if you hang out with the right kind of people and go to the right places.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. Shout out to my friends in Bulgaria.
They're not shouting back. Maybe they are, though. We just can't hear them. I can't hear you!
Scream louder, damn it. But yeah. We had some ideas to talk about sort of remakes and stuff, but Magnus was kind enough to actually tell me there was a new trailer for Stranger Things.
Yes, the final trailer.
Yeah. And I haven't seen a trailer for Stranger Things season 3.
Mm-hmm.
I've only seen the first one.
Okay.
So this was actually fun for me to see.
Fun stuff.
Yes. And I want to say I'm excited, but it's sort of this on the cautionary side of things.
Well, what isn't nowadays?
Yeah, because, I mean, first of all, it's Netflix.
Yeah.
And with Netflix track record, I mean, sure, the first season of Stranger Things, in my opinion, was awesome. The second, it wasn't as good as first, but it was good enough, and there were certain scenes and things, highlights in it that was really awesome. Like, Steve! I mean, Steve turned from the total jackass dude you did not like until the. Actually, he's one of my favorites right now.
Yeah, I agree on that. He's very likable.
And so
that's how you make a character arc.
Exactly. So I have high hopes for that character now in season 3.
Yeah.
I hope he survives. I don't want Steve to die.
If Steve dies, we riot.
Yeah. God damn it, Bob!
Why, Bob?
Why, Bob? Why do you have to die? I'm not going to count that as a spoiler because season 2 has been out for way too long.
I mean, since we are on the oncoming of season 3, yeah, you should have seen 2.
Yeah.
Already.
And if you haven't seen it, there you go.
Yeah. Shame on you.
You get what you deserve. But, well, again, since it is Netflix, they've been going quite woke during the last year. So I just hope that they keep season 3 kind of non-woke.
Yeah, I hope. Well, on the event of things going woke nowadays, it's basically when people die in the plague, during the plague. It's just something that happens nowadays. It's sad when it does, but it's a regular occurrence, and you get sort of numb to it.
Shit happens. Yeah. Throw it in the pile.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, another one to the mass grave.
Yep. Another body for the pit.
Another series for the mass grave. I mean, has there actually been any new series out today that hasn't had any kind of woke thing going for it? The silence is telling.
Shit, you made me think.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn.
Oh, dang. I would remember if a series didn't have these, because that would be such a strange occurrence nowadays. But now, when I think about it, all the new series I have seen nowadays have had some sort of... Just... if not all the time, just some elements of it.
Yeah. I mean, sure. I can see that there are elements of wokeness because there's a heap of screaming amoebas out there that demand to be...
they demand attention and to be pandered to.
Yeah. And of course, as producers, creators, and such trying to play to the bigger audience, they will try to please these amoebas. So,
yeah, since they are under the illusion that these amoebas are huge.
Yeah. So, if we look at it like that, I'm not really surprised.
Nah.
I'm not surprised either way. It's just that I wish it wasn't like that. That it didn't have to be like that. So
yeah, pretty much. But like I said, you get sort of numb to those things it itches your little part of the
there are certain things that you can tolerate, and then there are things that you just say total no.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
if you want to have a great example, Batwoman.
Yeah.
I mean, no, just no. Get that shit away from me.
Well, if you are gonna compare two series together here, I'm just gonna pull one out of
your ass.
The blue, my blue ass. Anyways, let's just say Altered Carbon, for instance. It was fairly woke free, but it had some elements in it. Sometimes it had some.
Yeah, sure. There were certain small pieces.
Yeah.
But they were... I can't just from the top of my head remember any of them.
I think it was some whammon thing.
As per usual.
But if we're going to compare that, for instance, to Batwoman.
Yeah.
A difference there is Altered Carbon had some elements that you sort of... cringed a little bit too, and then you moved on.
It cringed and it passed.
Yes, it's like a bad bowel movement.
It's like a small disturbance in the force.
Exactly. And then you have this woke fest that is Batwoman,
which will be equal to the destruction of Alderaan.
Yeah.
So I can say just off the bat that I'm not gonna be watching the Batwoman series.
No.
The only reason I'm actually dragging that shit up here right now is because of the topic and for the worth of comparison.
Yeah.
Other than that, I just hope that people forget this series ever exists.
Bury it.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna have its run.
Yeah.
I just hope that the ratings will be so bad that they just scrap it.
Yeah. The ratings and the income.
Yeah.
Here's to hoping.
Here's to hoping. So I'm just hoping in the end that Stranger Things don't walk down that path.
Yeah, here's to hoping, but I don't want to think that it will do that because, well, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah,
that old mantra.
Yeah, but, that's your old mantra.
That's my old mantra. But I suppose when something grows so big that it can sustain itself, it can afford to go that path.
Can it?
Well, no, not really. But they think they can do that. But then when they try it out, it's basically trying crocodile. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at that, something so big that it sustains itself. Star Wars.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
No matter how big, how enormous, how culturally important something may be, once it goes woke, it will go broke.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's sort of a law of nature.
A physical formula or a physics formula.
Now imagine Newton actually having this.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
It's like go broke equals woke plus
NPC.
Yeah. Broke equals woke plus mass plus
in equals mass
plus wokeness.
I'm thinking what is squared.
Yeah,
that's the one. Oh,
yes,
God.
Indeed.
So, do you have anything to add about the Stranger Things?
Well, no, not really. Nothing else that it looks interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I am looking forward to see it.
Do you think this will be the final season?
I think they might want to play it like that. But no, I think if it pulls in that amount of profit.
So if it's successful enough, there will be another season.
I think so.
That is your prediction.
That is my prediction.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. I can't really say that I have any prediction, but that seems like the most probable way to go at it. Sadly enough, because I really have a gripe with series and movies and such that don't know when to quit. It's actually more of a problem for series than it is for movies, but because there really aren't that many movie series that went that way.
Nah.
I think the most famous example I can think of the top of my head right now is the Alien franchise.
Oh, yeah?
Because first movie, awesome. Second movie, even more awesome. Third movie, yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
Fourth movie, it's like, is this Alien? Yeah, sure, they're xenomorphs, but what the hell?
What the heck?
Now, I'm gonna say that I like the fourth movie, but I think the reason I like it is because that when I saw it, I was young enough to not really see it in the bigger frame.
Yeah.
See it in as being part of my franchise, because when I saw it first, I was a kid that only saw a movie.
Yeah.
And looking at it like that, being a standalone, I think would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But connecting it to a bigger series or so, that makes it harder to digest. So, but then we have series. The clearest example, in my opinion, is with Supernatural.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That series should have ended with Sam falling into the pit and Dean having a family.
Oh yeah, spoilers, people.
This series is goddamn old.
I know.
So, I mean, at that point, the season finale, I don't remember what season it is right now, if it's the 4th or 6th, whatever. That season finale was awesome. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was the perfect ending of that series. It shouldn't have continued. I watched a couple of episodes in the following season.
Yeah.
I hated it so much because they just, for some reason, death was no longer something that held characters back. It was like, oh, that character came back, and that character came back, and that one died and came back, and it's like,
Sam dies, but not really.
Yeah. It just didn't make any fucking sense. So I stopped watching. I haven't seen an episode ever since then.
But I think that is a perfect example when the fans are demanding more when it shouldn't be more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean there? It's, well, basically the fan base, it's almost demanding to have
We love
more.
this so much. We want more.
We want more, damn it. But we finish it. No, but we want more because we love it.
It almost feels like that crazy hag in the Stephen King novel.
Yeah, in Misery.
Yeah, exactly. Breaking the ankles of the author just to make him write. It's like that. Yeah, sort of. I mean, sure, I can really love something very much and hope that I'll get more of it. But also, the reason why I might love it is because it has a high quality.
Yeah.
And if it goes past its prime, you won't have that same quality.
Yeah.
So I am willing to accept something ending if it ends in a good way.
Yeah, sometimes you just have to cut your losses and accept that the series is over.
Yeah.
I think with Firefly,
yeah,
it is sad that they cancelled.
But at the same time, I'm actually glad it got cancelled. And here's the reasoning. I am glad it got cancelled because that means that Joss Whedon did not have enough time to ruin it himself.
Yeah.
I mean, we did get the movie to wrap everything up. But was that movie really that good?
Well, it wasn't as good as a series, but yeah.
So the reason that Firefly still has such a huge cult
following.
Yeah, cult following or stamp on it is because of how it all went down.
Yeah.
One season, one movie. There wasn't enough time to actually ruin it.
Nah. Yeah, pretty much.
So, I mean, if we look at Star Wars again, if they had not made the sequel movies, there would never have been any real problem with it.
No, exactly. And if they had put some effort into it,
if they had actually, I don't know, competent people making the movies,
then we wouldn't have this same kind of problem either.
Yeah.
So. But yes.
I'm even going to say that I can accept the Star Trek movies. The new one with the, what's it called? The alternative timeline.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, fuck what it's
I don't remember what it's called right now. But
I mean, I can accept it because it's established to be a separate timeline.
Yeah.
At that point, I can say, okay, good. It's over there.
Do your thing.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the other established canon. And now we have the STD instead, which is so fitting acronym. But Star Trek Discovery and it's like, nah. Continuity, what's that?
Nah.
But the Abrams movies, it's like its own thing. It's over there. I don't have to care about it. It doesn't do anything with the established characters that I know and love from the original series, Next Generation, Voyager, Deep Space Nine, and all like that. But when it comes to Star Wars, they just had to ruin it. And funny enough, I've seen more and more rumors of the people on the cast, especially Mark Hamill. He's really not pleased with the way it turned out.
Nah.
And apparently John Boyega is not really pleased either.
Really?
Yeah, and I can understand. I mean, I actually loved Finn because that character had such potential.
Mm.
And I'm just so sad that they didn't make Finn the kick-ass character he deserved to be.
Mm.
Instead, they made him this bumbling fool and tag along when he should actually have been quite capable. I mean, he used to be a stormtrooper. Now, sure, it was for the First Order, but I mean, it's not like they just dragged him in as a conscript.
No.
He had to have done some training. He should be a capable soldier.
Yeah.
But no, you'd never see that really.
But tell me, was your expectation subverted?
Oh, holy shit.
Oh, snap!
Yeah, sure, it was. It was so subverted that I just want to puke.
Wow!
Wow. So, well done there. Well played. Well played.
Well played.
So, I'm just waiting for more to come out on this subject and to see the real feelings of the actors and the cast.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's going to go the same way as it did with the Game of Thrones cast.
Oh dear, yeah.
Oh, strap in, boys. It's going to be a tough ride.
Going in dry.
You're going in dry.
Yes, I am.
You always go in dry.
Bite the pillow.
Ugh!
Anyways, yeah, that is also an interesting phenomenon with the Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we kind of still, for the people who haven't seen it, tough, but
rough.
Well, that almost is you almost needed some more episodes, or almost
you needed more time to tell the story.
Yeah, to round it off.
I actually think that you don't really needed more time. You just needed to do it right.
You could do it right, but I would almost say you needed at least 2 or 3 more, at least 2 more episodes to tell the tale of the long night with the Night King and that battle, and then the battle of King's Landing and all that. You needed more. You need more, and not 1 or 2 episodes for each.
Yeah,
that is not enough time.
No, it seems like, oh shit, we're out of time, money, whatever. Just wrap this up.
Yeah. And if it is what is rumor, what it is, that D&D, the writers of that, are being conscripted or bribed into doing the Star Wars franchise, it almost seems like they abandoned the Game of Thrones series just to get those Star Wars shekels.
I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah.
So,
but apparently there's a prequel series to Game of Thrones in the works now. It started filming.
Yeah, I've seen something about that.
And that, I would almost want to say that this is pushing it with the, like you said, less, they don't know when to quit.
Yeah.
I would almost say that. I don't know how good it's gonna be if George R. R. Martin is having some finger in it.
Finger.
If he doesn't, God help us, because sometimes you need the original, but then again, he hasn't written anything about that. I'm speculating to myself now.
Yeah, I can say this about the subject of prequels. I'm no big fan of prequels. The reason is that if you have something being established, and suddenly you're gonna have a story that takes place before the established one.
Yeah.
You can never have actions or happenings in the prequel to evolve a character beyond the point that is already established. So if you have a really green character,
yeah,
and you still want to have some kind of prequel story about that character, you need to make that fucker even greener.
Yeah.
How do you do that in a good way? It's like, whatever happens in a prequel, storyline will actually demand that happenings in the prequel, the experiences and all, should have an effect in the already established timeline. How do you actually have experiences made in before the main story play into that?
Yeah.
It can be done, sure.
Yes.
But it's a fine line and it's damn hard to do.
Yeah, I suppose it can be done if you have some hard, deep lore that you can follow in the prequels, that you can make it sort of remember this story, this is how it happened, and all that. But like you said, you have to follow some sort of continuity into the new or the original. I'm almost gonna say the Star Wars prequels, they did sort of keep it sort of continuity. Sort of, to the original.
Yeah.
But that is also, you have something you can build up and fall into.
But
that is also difficult.
I actually think that the Star Wars prequels work because of utilizing characters that wasn't that developed. Like, for instance, Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
What did we actually know about Obi-Wan? Not that damn much.
No, exactly. He was this old hermit. He was a Jedi Knight, and then we can speculate how that was.
Yeah.
So basically, you're just filling their own character development.
Yeah. And we
with
knew
backstory,
that,
really.
Exactly. And we knew already that Obi-Wan was a kick-ass person. Yeah. And when it comes to Darth Vader, we knew a bit about the person behind the mask.
Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker. And because they were mentioning of the Clone Wars, there was mentioning of him being a pilot and stuff like this.
Yeah.
So there was enough blank space to make a story in the prequel. Without it actually having that much of an impact on the already established timeline.
Yes, and that's the thing. It can't have that much impact.
Yeah.
It must be its own thing, but fall in line with the main story.
A prequel can never, in any way, shape, or form, outshine the main story.
It can't outshine, and it must never retcon it.
Exactly. I mean, what to do with a sequel? And a sequel, it has to be, in my opinion at least, it should be a story with already established characters continuing on their adventure.
Yeah.
Sure, you could have a sequel taking place in the same universe with other characters.
Yeah.
But should that be called a sequel or a standalone? I would actually say that's a standalone.
Yeah, I suppose it depends on how much of the original story it is. I was gonna say based on, but it's how much of the original story it's referred in. If it's not if it isn't so much referred in the original story, then yes, I would say it is a standalone.
Yeah.
But if it continues on the adventure, like you said, then I would say that's a sequel. So that beckons the question: when does a prequel become a prequel, and vice versa, and when the prequel becomes a standalone? I'm just gonna say it's the same there.
So wait. A prequel as a standalone.
Yeah.
I think it will be the same criteria there, that if it's supposed to be a standalone, it should be non-established characters. And at that point it can take place in anywhere in the timeline, before, after, during. And but the story is about these other characters that doesn't have any effect on the established timeline. Or it could have, but no major impact. Like, for example, there is some line in a movie or series talking about a subject X. Someone finds that this subject is really interesting and makes a story involving that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we had the war of I don't know.
Clone Wars. Let's say Clone Wars.
Let's say Clone Wars. And you make a story taking part in the action of Clone Wars. Because there's never anything else mentioned about the Clone Wars. It's kind of a blank slate.
Yeah.
You can do a lot with it, as long as it doesn't change anything within the established timeline.
Yeah. So that beckons the question: is Captain Marvel a standalone?
Yeah. Well,
because how much does she really impact the established story?
Well, Captain Marvel in herself, not too much, but the actions of Fury,
of course,
that really changes a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Like, for instance, just the whole concept of the Avengers initiative.
Yeah, that is...
Where the name Avengers came from.
Mm-hmm.
How he lost his eye.
For instance.
It still makes me pissed. Because that thing with his eye being scratched by the...
Flurkin.
Yeah. It just ruined a magnificent scene in The Winter Soldier.
Mm.
And it pisses me off. Really, really much. How do you lose your eye? It was a flirking. Oh. It's just no. Now, in my opinion, when it comes to derailing a good timeline and established things, Captain Marvel did a lot of harm. Without even actually doing anything. It kind of boggles the mind how it works. It did a lot without doing anything. I mean,
Well, I suppose that is one of the hazards of making a prequel to such a world-changing character.
Yeah. And
it is on the hazard zone of retconning a lot of things.
Yeah, and that was the thing. I mean, the character of Captain Marvel really didn't do anything much when it came to the Avengers timeline, the MCU, like that, really. More than that, the movie in itself, with the happenings in the movie, because of it taking place before the established timeline of the Avengers.
Yep.
That makes it a prequel material.
Yeah.
And everything happening in that movie does have an impact on the later timeline, and in effect the already established movies and canon. So, I mean, that was retconning, and that's just bad, because they had some kind of agenda. They wanted to push their ideological viewpoint on stuff, and that sucks. It just ruined it. And that is why I'm not invested in the MCU anymore. Speaking of the MCU, there were some rumors floating that Kevin Feige was supposed to try and get Keanu Reeves on the MCU bandwagon.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I hope that Keanu Reeves say no. Yes, no. Because we don't need to have Keanu Reeves in this dying franchise. I'm saying dying because I think that the interest for the MCU has dwindled. And it will keep dwindling because they won't tell any more good stories.
I suppose that depends. For the time being, the interest has dwindled, yes. But that depends on what kind of story they choose to tell.
Well, we do know that they will try to introduce Ironheart. They will try to introduce Miss Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be a woke brigade. And if it is that Captain Marvel is going to be the main focus, the main character, so to say, to keep the next phase together, that's like trying to build a steamship with glue and paper. It's not going to work.
Maybe. Okay, if she's gonna be in a center focus, no, that's not gonna work. I agree. But like I always said,
fuck you.
Gonna have to
and
wait.
your go watch and see and wait and see and everything like that.
Well, if you don't wait and see and choose to live in ignorance, then
I'm not living in ignorance. Are you saying I'm living in ignorance?
sometimes, yeah.
For example, when?
When you choose not to not to investigate some movies to see for yourself, just trusting other words for it.
It's more like I don't have enough money for it.
Nice try. There are pirating things.
I'm never pirating. I will never say that I'm pirating. There is no evidence of me pirating.
Can neither confirm nor deny that you pirate.
Actually, I haven't done any form of piracy in a lot of years. I will willingly say that once upon a time I did sail the high seas of the interwebs. But that was a long time ago. In my teens. Yeah. But no, I mean, it's just that I do listen to some people and see what they have to say. And sure, I will form my own opinion when I get access to whatever it is. But it's just that if I feel that I have doubts about something, I will not put my money there. For example, I wouldn't go and see Captain Marvel in the cinema because I don't think that I would gain anything by it. I wouldn't have a good experience.
No, of course
and stuff
not.
like that. So that's the reason why I not.
No, of course not.
Investing.
If you don't want to put your money to it, then that's.
I mean,
that is perfectly fine.
Yeah, and like I said, I will try and keep an open mind and just wait for the right. When opportunity shows itself to actually see, like I did with Solo.
Yeah.
I did watch the movie. I did not like it as I expected I wouldn't. So I'm glad I did not put my money going to the cinema with that. But having seen it, it's like, it just made me sad, actually. But I mean, if we look at the movie in itself, had it been a standalone, had it not been in any way, shape, or form connected to Star Wars, I think it would have been a decent movie. But it having the mark of Star Wars and trying to carry that mantle made it not so good.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing with it. It's the same with Captain Marvel. It was so goddamn hyped. And the reason a lot of people, at least what I think that a lot of people went to see it, is because there was some kind of marketing made that it seemed like it would be a must-see to understand Endgame.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was just false marketeering.
Yeah, because I saw Endgame before I saw Captain Marvel, and I didn't miss anything, I would say.
And a lot of people said that as well, that you didn't have to see it. It had really nothing to do with the coming Endgame. And later on, we actually heard that they did Brie Larson's scenes in Endgame before they actually did the Captain Marvel movie.
Yeah, okay.
So they hadn't even established the character when they shot the scenes she was in for Endgame. So,
I mean, they could have done like they did with Spider-Man, because Spider-Man appeared in Civil War before he appeared in his own movie.
Yeah.
And I suppose they could have done exactly like that. Shown Endgame, then Captain Marvel. But then again, how would they profit on that move then?
Yeah.
I
think that's actually the main point of it all.
Yeah.
That if they did not push Captain Marvel before Endgame, it wouldn't have made as much money as it did.
Marketing ploy.
Yeah. That's at least my opinion about it.
Yeah.
And sure, I could be wrong. I'm fully aware that I could be wrong. But from the looks of it, that's what I gather.
Looks like a duck, quacks like a duck.
It has to be a goose.
Yeah. Oh, Goose. Say what you want about Captain Marvel. Goose is adorable. The cat. Or...
Katajävel!
Or Flurkin, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a...
It's just because you're a crazy cat person.
Well, it looks like my cat.
Yeah, but your cat is actually cute. Your cat is a real cat.
Well, it's kind of endearing when you have a cat on screen eating something with its tentacle from its mouth. Eating to Kree soldiers, basically.
That's some Lovecraft shit right there.
Yep. But it's adorable.
No. You kill it with fire. Preferably.
So now we have deviated from ongoing series to prequels to shitting on Captain Marvel and Star Wars again.
We have a lot of dead horses to beat here.
What was that quote from Thanos in Endgames? You did all you could and did all that, and what does that lead you to? Back to me. Basically that.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing right now, so...
Dead horses.
Yeah, dead horses.
So, and with that said, do we have any kind of hopeful words? Do we have any glee to put into this?
Glue? No, glee.
Glue.
Glue.
Sniff it.
Yes. To make you feel better.
For time being.
Yes. Well,
it's just so hard to get out of it.
Yeah.
Kind of sticks.
Yeah. Sniffing glue, the addiction that sticks. Marketing for drugs.
Well, we were talking shit, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, something positive.
HIV.
Yeah. Glad for AIDS. I'm HIV positive. What?
We're screwed.
Yeah.
Da 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 dun dun da 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 dun.
But yeah, like we said, we are looking forward to season 3 of Stranger Things.
Yep,
that we are
indeed. So when it comes out, we'll watch a few episodes and maybe give our opinions on it.
I'm not gonna say I will binge watch it, but
are they gonna release it all the episode at once?
Well, it's Netflix. They do that.
Well, actually, they started to just release like one at a time.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah. On certain series, they do that. So.
Oh well, I suppose it's when it's another company that does them.
I'm not too sure about that. So.
Because I had, for instance, if we're gonna take example, Lucifer, when it was produced by ABC, I think.
Not sure.
Yeah, I think it was ABC. Then it had to drop one episode at a week, basically. Or when they had...
But when it is Netflix, they just go all out.
Boom, yeah.
Okay.
So that you have the option to binge watch or restrain yourself.
Fuck that! I'm binge watching!
Exactly.
So, yeah, we'll see. But can we promise that we'll do a review of it? Promise is a strong word here, but...
I will put the idea out there.
It is out there now.
Yep.
So, we'll see. We'll at least make some commentary on it at some point.
Yeah. That we can promise. Shit!
Gotcha, bitch! So, yeah, I guess that's the positive note for this week.
Yeah, I think so.
But what do you think about all of this? Do you have any thoughts or ideas about the whole prequel, sequel, main story thing? Do you have any ideas for other topics? What do you think about Netflix and wokeness? What are your thoughts about Stranger Things? Please tell us.
Would you like to know more?
Exactly. You can always get in touch with us on Twitter.
Yeah.
The main handle is at DRH
Yep.
You can send us a mail.
Yeah.
Via, let's see here, dead.red.herring@gmail.com. And we have our YouTube channel.
Yes,
where
indeed.
you can find Magnus' magnificent Let's Play videos.
Magnificent bastard. No, we are uploading our podcast episode there.
Yep.
With some, like you said, some Let's Plays.
Yep.
Of me.
And we do live streams on Twitch.
Yes, those are also appearing on YouTube later
on.
But mostly the streams are on Twitch.
Yeah. So you can always find our podcast stuff on most podcast platforms. I mean, you can find it on, let's see here, iTunes. You can find it on Spotify, Podbean, Red Circle. You can find it on iHeartRadio, Stitcher. Yeah, just go wherever you listen to podcasts and search.
We are everywhere, except for the one platform. We're not telling you. But you know which one.
I guess you do. So yeah, and with that, I'm gonna say thank you for listening. Hope you had a good time, and we'll talk to you again soon. I hope.
Yes.
Bye for now.
Ta-ta! You killed 30 nuns. That was self-defense.